Today's show is sponsored by Underrated Minds Clothing. Today's show is also sponsored by Silky Golden Glam Makeup Artistry.
Welcome to Future Icons. I am Andrea Latrell, and today we have a great show in store for you. For all of you who've had dating problems, we have the certified dating coaches, Stephen and Tina King, with us today. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you are the co-founders of Complete Chocolate Couples. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Okay. Complete Chocolate Couples is it's an organization dedicated to the empowerment, the enrichment, and the enlightenment of healthy and positive relationships in the African American community. Also, we want to dispel the myth that media puts out that we're all baby daddies, that it's all about baby mama drama. That's not the case. There are healthy relationships in our community. We want to polarize those. We want the world to know what's going on. And for those who are seeking help in their relationships, we have several vehicles that we've created to help them do that.
Tina, tell us a little bit about those vehicles to help these couples.
Okay, what we do is we have workshops. We have workshops where we have different couples come in and they discuss their relationship issues. We give them feedback based on our experiences, and kind of everyone kind of chimes in and gives them feedback on how they've overcome those issues. We have literature that we give out to people to kind of go in and, and check mark what they've done or what they can do better for their partner. So that with the radio show as well, the radio show definitely is like an outlet for people to call in. They might not be a member of our group, but they're able to call in and get some helpful information that'll help them in their relationships as well.
Okay, so let's talk about the radio show. Stephen, you are the host of the blog radio show. Can you tell us a little bit about the show?
The show is fantastic. Yeah, shameless plug, right? Okay. What we do, and I want to be clear, it's not an hour or an hour and a half of me pontificating. We bring on experts in specific fields, whether they're authors of books, whether they're psychotherapists or people with degrees, people who have credentials in helping others. So we bring them on. The first half hour of the show is kind of like a discussion, back and forth, some questions. And I also want to make clear that the show is not just focusing on the problems. Our main focus is solutions, okay? We have to identify the problems, but how do you get past those problems? So that's what the first segment or the first half hour of the show is. Then generally we take calls from the listening audience in the second half to either comment or ask questions, and my guests will, again, address their questions and comments. Really good show.
Sounds great.
Yes.
So for the singles out there who want to find Mr. or Miss Right, what would you say the top 3 things that you would suggest to those looking for their special someone? Tina?
Okay, sure. Baggage. Make sure that you rid yourself of all baggage from previous relationships. Do the necessary work that it takes to make sure you're free and able to accept that person 100%, give yourself 100% when they come into the picture. I would say that. I would say make sure that you're ready to be in a relationship.
So how do you know you're ready?
You know that you're ready because you know what you've done to make yourself feel that this is the right time for you to be in a relationship. If there's doubts, if there's, you have any type of, resistance as far as, jealousy issues, just different things that you may have going on inside that may not necessarily be from the past relationship, but just based on yourself, you're not ready to be in a relationship. If you feel that it's going to cause someone harm. So I think we had talked about before, if you keep having these different relationships that are unsuccessful, who's the least common denominator in those relationships? It's yourself. So you have to make sure you're ready to give yourself to that relationship. And I would say pretty much the third thing is just know what you're willing to accept in that relationship. Know what you're willing to give to that relationship. It's a two-way street. So you have to know what you're ready to go into that relationship giving, not so much expecting.
So what if you are a confused person? You haven't really done all the work in terms of the introspection that you need. What services do you offer that could help someone walk through the things that a person needs to have a healthy relationship in the future?
Well, one of the biggest aspects of our coaching practice is to help people identify what they want. and set goals, right? We don't counsel, we don't give advice. We just ask a series of questions that leads one down the road to their own answers. They're strategically placed questions, though, that will make them start to look inwardly. They're thought-provoking. But again, the main goal is to identify what it is you want. Most people we find who go out to date, she's attractive, I like her, she likes me, we go to the movies, we have sex, now we're a couple.
Yeah.
Right? Once you get intimate, the feelings get hooked in, you don't even really know each other. And you haven't made a plan of what is it that I'm looking for out of this relationship. So you just kind of go where the wind takes you, and normally it takes you in a direction that leads downward.
So goal setting is very important.
100%.
They always say when you're planning a wedding, the bride is always making all the plans for the wedding, her big day and her dress, but they never think about the day after. So if you're planning goals, is there any advice that you could give to our viewers about like the 3 things you think about in setting a goal for yourself and then also for a couple?
Okay. We find that in relationships, finances play a huge issue in putting stress on relationships because people mismanage the money of the relationship. My money's my money, your money's your money, your bills are your bills, my bills are my bills. Once you have committed to one another, it should, in our experience, go all in one pot. We found that, again, through our own experience, we were able to make leaps and bounds as far as financial security and financial success by putting everything together and, again, planning how we're going to pay off whatever debt we have and how we're going to move forward with savings and, again, financial goals down the road in a very short period of time. The next thing that we would suggest is that treat a certain portion of your relationship as a business. And I don't mean the cold hard, Wall Street type of business. But when you have a business, you have business meetings to go over the budget, to go over the staff, to see where we're going. You put forth projections. And we sit down and we have a business meeting every Thursday night to talk about where are we? Where are we physically? Where are we emotionally? Did we have a bad week? Did we have a good week? How are we doing with one another? Just to kind of feel out each other's temperature.
Wow, that is great advice.
It's important. It's very important.
I never thought about it as a business.
It is.
That's great.
It is.
So I understand you have meetups as well.
Correct.
Yeah, the meetup group is pretty much a group where we have right now close to 200 couples that get together. Not everyone comes out at the same time, but we get together, we salsa lessons, movies, dinner, like jazz clubs, just kind of one location. What was that? Sorry. It was like one location that we all just get together and kind of it always turns into, some type of therapeutic conversation. And then people, the next thing you know, they're exchanging phone numbers and Facebook, and they kind of like build friendships from there. Quite a few people have built friendships from our group, like bonding and lasting friendships, so really good.
Well, you seem to have a lot of great services for singles, for people who are trying to find their way, trying to find that next partner for them or the one for them, as well as a nice support group for your current couples.
Correct.
Okay, so how do we find you?
On, you mean like as far as the Facebook page and the,
Yes.
So on Facebook, we're at Complete Chocolate Couples, the movement. On Blog Talk Radio, it's blogtalkradio.com/complete-chocolate-couples.
If you Google us, if you just Google Complete Chocolate Couples, all of our services, all of our vehicles come up. Facebook, again, Complete Chocolate Couples, the movement. Blog Talk Radio, Complete Chocolate Couples. Meetup.com. /complete-chocolate-couples. We have some workshops coming out very, very soon, and our goal is to do a tour. And our target demographic are the young college kids in their late teens, early 20s, and catch them before all that baggage starts. When you're that young, you don't have instructions on relationships. All you do is go on what you know, and usually at that point, women are very naive. They want to fall in love, and let's be real, all the guys want to do is hit it and move on to the next one. So we want to catch them at that point, give them some structure so that they don't create all this damage in their 20s and then take it into their 30s and 40s. And usually what we're finding is that once they get to their 40s and they haven't been able to release that baggage, they kind of give up on relationships. And everybody's not meant to be married, or I'm good by myself, and things like that. Personally, we don't agree with that. And we want to stop that or prevent that at the beginning before it happens.
Well, I personally thank you. I'll have to look you up. So again, thank you for coming to our show today, and good luck with all the work with the 20-something-year-olds, so there's help for the people for the future.
We want to catch them early.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it, the complete chocolate couples. I am Andrea Latrell, and this is the Future Icons. See you next edition.